welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I just had surgery and I have an oxygen chamber here, which is weird, but I think it helps me heal faster. I'm not sure. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm happy with it. Anyways, let's go into the video, but before we go into the video, subscribe, press like, do all the things, you know, to help me. I'm kind of a small channel, so come on, let's help me get somewhere with this. But yeah, talking about what we're doing today, I'm gonna start doing Q&As, and I asked you guys a little while ago to ask me questions about anything, Ableton, music producing, recording, whatever you wanted to ask me. And we had some pretty cool questions, but I still need more. So if you want to be in the next episode of my future Q&As, please leave your questions on the comment section of this video and maybe I'll answer your question. If your question is really complicated and big, I'll do a video for it, just for it. And if it's a little question, I'm gonna do like videos that bundle up a bunch of questions as well. So it's a good way for me to make a lot of content and it's a good way for you guys to get your questions answered, right? But today we have a little bit of a longer video because the question is a bit more complicated. It's actually a follow-up to one of my videos about macro variations and guitar effects, how you can use macro variations in Ableton Live, kind of like a PEDALBOARD thing, but at the time Ableton Live was broken because you couldn't map the macro variations to a physical pedal, a physical MIDI pedal in the world. But today I'm gonna follow up because one of you guys asked me this question right here and I have the answer for you, and it's yes, it has been fixed. Now you can map macro variations to a physical MIDI pedal, and I got a MIDI pedal right here. It's called the MIDI Commander. It's a really generic pedal. It's dirty because it stays on the floor usually, right? But it's up here so I can show you guys how it works. So first, let's jump into Ableton Live. I have a little guitar loop here that I just recorded direct to my interface like this. But if I turn this on down here, this audio effect rack, I have a clean amp and a dirty amp, as well as my cabinet sim here. But what's the important part today is the clean amp and the dirty amp. The blues amp is the clean amp, the rock amp is the dirty amp. And I did a couple of macro variations here. So if I press play in the little clean variation here, you get a clean guitar sound. And if I press play on the dirty variation here, you get a dirty guitar sound. And you can do that whenever you want in the middle of the song. So just check this out. All these macros are doing is they're turning these amps on and off. If you check it out up here, you see, I turn it and it turns the amps on and off. So in the clean variation, the clean amp is on, and in the dirty variation, the dirty amp is on. That's it. That's a very simple application, but you can go crazy with this. You can create a bunch of macros like this and just map them to a bunch of different settings in your amps and create a bunch of variations like this. But today we're gonna keep it really simple just so I can show you guys how to map these to a physical MIDI pedal, right? So here's my pedal here, right? So what you wanna do is you wanna press Command M or Control M in PCs in Ableton, and everything is gonna light up blue. Like this, you see? All the buttons are blue. That means that you can map all the blue things to a MIDI pedal or any MIDI controller that you want. And it's really easy to do that. First, let me open this little menu here so you guys can see the mappings happening in real time. But yeah, all the blue buttons are on, you see? And the little play buttons are on as well. So if I click here with my mouse on the little play button, then I pick up my pedal right here and I map it to this button. All I have to do is press that one and then press this one, and you see the little mapping here showed up. So this little play button is now mapped to my pedal. Let's do the same thing to the dirty play button. So I click this little play button here, and then I just choose any button that I want in my pedal board right here. Press it. You don't have to press it a bunch of times. It's just a habit that I have. But yeah, you press it and it's mapped. You see, I have two mappings here. So now if I get out of this mode, Command M again, and the blue things are gone. And now you're going to see the magic happening because I'm going to play the little loop in Ableton and I'm going to press the buttons outside of Ableton in the real world and have the effects change just as if I was using a real guitar pedal board. So yeah, Yeah, and that's it. That's how easy it is to map your pedal board to Ableton Live. And you don't really just have to map it to macro variations. You can have a bunch of things mapped to your pedal board. Usually when I play live, I have my effects, of course, in my pedal board, but I also have play and stop, so I can play and stop the playback from Ableton in case I have backing tracks with me. You can do so much stuff, and you're gonna have the full power of Ableton in a pedal board, which is crazy. Because imagine you can plug in a guitar and use all of Ableton's effects live on your guitar or vocals or whatever else you got in your band. You can apply Ableton's effects and switch them around with a real pedal board in the real world. I hope you liked this video. I know it was a little bit quicker than the other ones, but it was a question that is now answered. If you have any more questions for me, please leave it in the comments below, and it might come up in the next video or in the other video. I'm gonna keep saving your questions, right? Don't worry if it doesn't get answered right away, but I'll get to it. Good questions give me good videos, right? Thank you so much for watching. Please press all the buttons around me in this world that help me, and I see you all next time. Bye.